I don't even know what I'm saying. Welcome back, you guys, for another video. Today I wanted to share with you kind of like an update of how my daughter is doing. If you've watched any of my update videos or any of my other videos, you will know that my daughter, who just turned 7, was having like a little bit of trouble with reading, or not trouble, but struggle, or I don't even know if I want to call it a struggle, because you know, every kid learns differently and at their own pace. So just because, you know, some kids learn to read quickly and some don't, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a struggle. So I don't even like to categorize her in like that area. If you are new here, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sarah, and I'm a homeschooling mom to 5 kids, ages 11, 7, 5, 3, and 2. And on my channel, I'd love to share content on motherhood and homeschool. So if you like content like that, then make sure that you're subscribed. And make sure to hit that little bell notification so that you're notified every single time a new video comes out. So I'm first going to just start off and tell you like what we have used in the past. I mean, I have done videos on this, so if you're not new here, then you already know what we've used. And if you are new here, then this is kind of why I'm doing this. We started off with the Good and the Beautiful K primer. Then we moved into the level K, and the sight words just like really stressed my daughter out. I think it was just seeing so many words on the ladder at once just really stressed her out. And what I did is I turned those into flashcards. So I made my own flashcards with the sight words on them, and we would go over them every day. And it kind of worked, but I feel like she would forget them. When we got through the first unit of the Good and the Beautiful level K, we did the like unit like test to see if she could move on, and she couldn't. So I was like so stressed out. I felt like a failure. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I was thinking it was me. So I just want to be an encouragement to you guys and let you know that it's probably not you. It might not even be the curriculum. It could just be that your child needs more time, or that your child learns differently. There can be many different reasons that your child isn't picking up on reading. And you know what? It's okay. If your child is not 3 years old and reading, like, don't stress out. I remember I was so stressed out. And don't compare your kids to other people's kids, or you know, yourself as a teacher to like maybe your fellow homeschool mom. Comparison really is the thief of joy. We don't want to have our joy stolen from us, and we don't want to steal the joy from our kids. We need to go at their own pace, their own level, and just work with them. After we hit that like roadblock in the Good and the Beautiful, I was like, I'm just gonna switch curriculums, because that's just what I thought, right? So I switched to Sing, Spell, Read, and Write, which is what my best friend uses with her kids, and she has taught like 3 of her kids to read with that program. So I'm like, okay, and I thought like the singing aspect, the writing aspect would work for Faith. And the one I bought came with kindergarten and 1st grade. And I ended up using just this book right here. She was way past the first book in the kindergarten, but this is the 2nd book in the kindergarten level, and we really loved it at first. Okay, it was fun, had lots of activities in it, had these little books she could cut out and do. This little Ferris wheel right here was supposed to really help master blending words together. Like, it has these little tickets that you go around the Ferris wheel with. And I don't know, there was just a ton of activities, cut and paste that she likes to do. So this is very like kind of like a multi-sensory, I guess I would say, program. There was a lot of matching. Then it came with all of these cute little readers with these little bugs on them. I think they're bugs. I don't know what they are, but they're cute. She really liked them. So she would read the reader, and this is the first one. And this was after she didn't even read this right away. I think it was like a week or 2 into the program is when you read this. So it's just like this, very colorful, has short little sentences. I think she read up to this book, which is the 4th book in the little set here, and there's 6 of them. So she got to this 4th one, and then it was just really stressing her out. And what I think it was is that the sentences were getting longer and there were more words. For instance, in this next book right here, which would have been the next book that she would have went to, it has like longer sentences. Instead of like one little sentence, it had like a longer sentence because you learn more words as you're going. So when we hit that wall, I didn't know what to do. I was like praying and I'm like, Lord, please help me. Like I feel terrible. Like, is it me? I don't know why she's not getting it. So then I was like, okay, if it's the too long of a sentence, maybe she just needs to master more of her CVC words and stuff like that, and master blending words together. So what I did is I went on to Etsy to the Let's Play School shop, and we do Chelsea's monthly subscription. So I was already familiar with her, and I've watched a ton of her stories where she talks about her play and reads. So I purchased her fall play and read because this was around the fall time. One of the games that came with it was this Farmer Fox's Veggie Vowels. And this game is so cute. Faith loved it so much. And it practices CVC words. So pretty much you have all of these CVC words, and they're all on different vegetables. And what I did is I split them up into these 5 bags, and I put day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and every day of the week we worked on one of these bags. That way she was doing all the words and getting more fluent with them, but it wasn't so many that it was overwhelming her. So that's how I split that up. And pretty much what you do is you have these little, I've just taped mine to little bowls, but you have these little baskets of the vowels. So we have A, E, I, O, U, and you have Mr. Fox here, and you spin the spinner, and whatever one it lands on, she gets to pick from that veggie. So if she lands on E, she would pick a CVC word that has the letter E in the middle of it. Then she would read it, and then she would sort it into the correct basket. We loved this. She loved this so much. It was a fun way for her to learn, and that worked for a little while. Like, she liked it, but I think she's kind of like me, where she likes to do stuff over and over, but then she kind of gets bored, so she needs something new. Then what I was doing to help her practice her sight words is I found this free printable, because this was around fall when I got all this stuff. I found this free printable right here of sight words. It came with 3, so I just printed front, back, and then this one. And it's a little game where you just roll a dice, and then you move that many spaces, and as you're moving, you have to say the sight word. So this was really helpful. But there was something about sight words that I feel like it was just harder for her, probably because she couldn't sound them out and she had to like memorize them. She just had a harder time memorizing them. But then after we did that for a while, I ended up purchasing these super cute little Dash Into Learning books. Now, I think she was running a sale when I got these, and I bought packs 1 and 2. We only read one of these books. Am I mad that I bought these? No, because they're adorable, and I think that we will eventually read them. These are really cute, short little sentences, but like I said, when we got to, I don't know what it was, like, I don't know why she didn't really like these. I really thought she was going to love them because the drawings are so beautiful, but she wasn't that thrilled about it. You know, maybe because she was just so stressed out about reading or whatever. So then what I did is I ended up getting Bob books. Okay, I got set 1, which is beginning reader. And then my friend told me that Bob books had this workbook with it. This was on sale for like $6 or $7 on Amazon. And what I did is I cut it and I bound it myself so that it would be easier to copy, and I can copy all the pages and she can do them. So if I wanted to do it over again or with any of my other kids, I could. And then I put it in her own little notebook here. So I print off a couple at a time, and we started with the first book, which was Matt, and she loves these books. So I had checked these out from the library like a while ago, and she loved them so much. And I think she likes them because it's easier for her to concentrate when there's not a lot of color and busyness going on in the picture. So I'm wondering if that was why the other books, the other readers, even though they were beautiful and nice to look at, I'm wondering if it was just too overwhelming for her, because these Bob books are like so simple. So there's 12 books that it comes with, and they're kind of done by color. So there's red, purple, and green, and there's 4 of each color. So we started off with this first one, and because she already knows her sounds, we didn't really go over the first page, which I guess it's in here. So they do have like a kind of like a little lesson right here, and then this is how simple and short it is. And then when you get to the back here, it does kind of get a little bit more, but it's only 2 words per sentence. So she really loved this. She thinks they're hilarious, and what I like about them, or what I think she likes about it, is it's black and white and then red. So all the red ones are black and white and then red. All the purple ones are black and white with purple, and then the green ones are black, white, and green. So there's like no color in it. So there's not a lot of busyness going on, which I think she likes. And she just thinks these are so funny. Well, especially this one. And Sam, Matt and Sam, she thought was hilarious. So then we have gotten to, we are on book, what are we on? We're on book 7 right now. And what I do is I just do one book for the whole week and let her just read it over and over and over again. So it's repetition. So what I do is for 1 week, we do 1 book, and there are 6 pages or 6 or 7 of these work pages per book. So we do 2 pages a day, and then we read this book. We do the monthly subscription with Let's Play School, and one of the past games she just came out with, which I think was in January, was this. It's pretty much like the Farmer Fox, but instead of spinning a little thing, you just pick the cards. And there are these little cups here, and these are the letters we're working on. So what I do is I look, okay, this one was only A CVC words. So we just worked on A CVC words, and then we added I and O, because those were what was starting to get introduced with the Bob books. And so we just pretty much just are doing this to help her master her words. And what she does, we just recently switched up what she's doing, but up until last week, she would take these letters and then with these ones, I would just take mason jars and put them up, and she would just throw the little marshmallows, because that's what's on these, is, if you can see it, little marshmallows with the CVC words on it. And she would just pick it up, sound it out, put it in the correct jar for the CVC letter. So, you know, tax is, she would put it in the A cup. And to take it a step further, because her learning style is read/write, I have this whiteboard here that I got. I think I got this at Target like, I don't know, 4 years ago or something. And on this side, it's blank. On this side, it has the, like, you know, elementary lines. And what I had her do is I had her pick a word, write it down, read it, and then put it in there. So she was using her learning style to help her read. And just doing these and not pressuring her and just doing this little bit every single day has really been helping her a lot. Now, I am going to be trying another curriculum this upcoming year, and I'll share that with you guys soon. But for right now, this is what is working for us, and this is what we are doing. I just want her to master these CVC words, and yeah, I'm okay with however long it takes her to master them and until she's comfortable with reading, because I don't want reading to be some stressful thing. I remember I was a struggling reader. I had such a hard time reading when I was younger, and I was so stressed out. I'm like so thankful that I homeschool her, because I was like so embarrassed in school. I hated reading out loud. I wanted to go cry in the corner if they called on me to read out loud, because I was just not good at it. I don't want to stress her out, and I want her to read as much as she wants, and then we stop and take a break, and then go on the next day. So I don't really push her. This is what we do, and this is like the perfect amount for her without overwhelming her. And then like, so today is Saturday, and yesterday for school, I didn't even make her read the little reader because she just didn't want to. So I was like, okay, she read all of these other CVC words, so I'm gonna let her skip it today, and then we will read it next week. It's the first time she's ever like not wanted to do it, so I let her skip it. And then the last thing that I do with her is I just read to her. I just read lots of books. If she picks out a book and asks me to read it, I say yes. If I can't do it that second, I tell her, let me finish what I'm doing and I'll sit down and read to you. Anytime my kids ask me to read them a book, if I'm in the middle of something and I can't do it right then, I'll tell them, just wait a minute, and when I'm finished with this, I'll read it to you. But I always read them the books, especially if they really, really want me to, because reading books to your kids is so good for them. It's good to help them read. It's good for your bond. It's good in many ways. Every night, almost every night of the week, me and her sit down and I read to her like a little picture chapter book. And that has been really fun. She really loves it. And I feel like it makes her even more eager to be able to read herself, because then, she can pick up her own book and just start reading it. Like if you have a struggling, I don't really want to say that. If you have a child who is just not excelling at reading as maybe another one of your children did, or maybe they're just taking a little bit more time, maybe they need that mastery approach where they have to master stuff before moving on. I feel like that's what has been working so well with Faith, is just stopping, slowing down, mastering what we are doing now, and then we can move on. I think that's what happened with The Good and the Beautiful, and what happened with Sing, Spell, Read, and Write, because those are both great reading programs, but it moved on way too quick for her liking, and it was just too much for her when she needed to master what she is doing. So I hope that encourages you guys. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If it was, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. I read every single comment and question that you guys leave for me, and I try to respond to them as quickly as I can. If you like videos like this, make sure that you're subscribed, and be sure to click that bell button so that you're notified every single time a new video comes out. All right, guys, have a blessed day.